Hey, it's Dan here from Nonfiction Gaming. Here we're playing Offworld Trading Company as the Fancy Pants Expansionist. And this is part 5. So we just did part 4, of course. We came out on top. We've come out on top for the last 3, so we got some good money coming in. That last one was a little bit close though. We're building up till this sort of end game where we're going to have to buy out each other's stock prices. And we're sitting pretty well, a little bit under Joji and Rennie, our rivals from earlier. And one of our metal mine engineers is eligible for a promotion. I think we're going to go for the electronics factory engineer. Electronics has been doing pretty well for us. And while steel is nice, I think electronics is going to be where it's at. So let's have a look here. Free water pump. A free solar panel. We haven't been really using solar panels all that much in our missions here. Mostly been going for the geothermal if needed. This unlocks robotic. Hacker array. And, interesting. Okay. We don't really have solar panels anyway, so I think free solar panel, we can't even build them. So I think we're going to go for a free water pump. The water pumps have been pretty rock solid. So we're going to bribe a claim, cook the books. Okay, it's going to be against Rennie. Maze Song and Anesthesia Zhu. We do have Scavenger, but we've been playing pretty much as expansive this entire time. And we got a bit of money from last game. Ooh, Offworld Market Astronaut. That's pretty good. I kind of would like a patent lab and optimization center as well. It is 850. You know, I think Offworld Market is going to be more important. Just because we can start shipping things away and start getting that big money. Hopefully, the round will go long enough for us to be able to do that. Offworld trading is really sort of that end game where you can get big money regularly. Optimization center does help though, but if our enemies have Offworld Market and we don't, we're going to fall behind pretty quickly. So we'll get that, and I can't even afford to hire anything else, so let's launch this business. So yeah, Rennie, he's got a little bit of everything. He hasn't bothered with glass. Some other people have glass, but we're going to get a food shipment, electronic shipment. He's already got an energy vault and a superconductor. Financial instruments are already in play, which means they're going to get a percentage of our debt. So it's really getting towards those last couple of games where you would have hoped that you've done really well in the first couple of missions. Unfortunately, we lost the first mission, so we're a little bit on the back foot here, and we're trying to sort of scrape it back in. All corporations are able to build 1 extra hacker array. That's nice. I think the scanning thing looks a lot bigger this time around, possibly because of that Chinese subsidy.
High levels of aluminum found.
Oh, I like this area already.
High levels of water found.
High levels of water. Some more water over here. Let's have a look at some other areas. That's aluminium. More water and aluminium. You know what, I think I might drop down over here and get this going. Boom. Kind of not really near anything else. There's a bit of silicon over here.
Has been founded. A scavenger HQ
Pause and have a look around. So you got aluminium deposits. We'll be able to get some high water deposits near us. If we want to get some iron and steel happening, that can be arranged. I think in the end we're going to want to get aluminum, carbon, and silicon. So where's the carbon? Ooh. Not a lot of carbon. We're going to want to maybe pick that up sooner rather than later. There doesn't seem to be much. Then again, not a lot of things need carbon. Mostly just electronics and chemicals. And of course you can get that patent that is carbon scrubbing. And you can get, oxygen and carbon. It's kind of what you need. If you get a solar condenser. Okay, so maybe it's not going to be as important here. You know what we will start with? Some water. And it's going to bring in some solid watering. And we do want lots of water because we do have cold fusion. Buildings are powered with water if cheaper than power. And at the moment water is cheaper, and it probably is going to be cheaper for quite some time. We will also build one of these, greenhouse farm. And I will build a steel mill because we're going to need that, and aluminium mine. We'll go the extra distance just to double it up. As we're expansionists, we end up getting more claims, but it's not bad to send those guys out there.
A robotics HQ has been founded.
So we are on pause now. We look at
robotics HQ has been upgraded.
Rennie is already upgrading. He's got a lot of starting money, it seems. We're kind of close to that as well. In fact, we can't sell the glass, but you build. So steel's pretty profitable. I mean, we could chuck down. I'm leaving that iron deposit open just in case.
HQ has been upgraded.
But it may not be needed. Iron usually stays pretty cheap throughout the game. If we were to get it 7.5, see, we'd still be a bit short anyway of powering a full steel production.
A scavenger HQ has been upgraded.
Let's upgrade and let's get these upgrades going. What do we want to build first? We probably want to get some electrolysis. And as soon as possible we want to start building these, maybe a chemical plant and a glass plant. So for glass we're going to need oxygen and silicon. Where's our closest silicon?
The black market is
Here.
online.
7.75. Why do we get a bonus in that one? Okay. Yeah, sweet. Let's go over there. He's out of money. Let's get some more food happening. There's plenty of water tiles, so I'm not too worried about taking over that one. Got 2 claim tiles left. I would like to get some glass going if this electrolysis reactor is giving us enough oxygen.
A robotics HQ has been upgraded.
Sell some water. Just get back in the green. So let's do that. Let's get
a robotics HQ has been upgraded.
Getting a glass kiln over here, and we'll start making some. We'll get another electrolysis going. It's going to eat into our water a little bit, but we can bribe a claim if we really need to. I'd rather not just yet. We are
The scavenger HQ has been upgraded.
pushing into some levels here where we can maybe get our debt down.
A new claim is available for
hello.
auction.
Now we can get a claim for 3k, but it could be worthwhile getting one now. Depends how much it's going to go up here. I'm willing to pay. Oh, just don't want Rennie to get it, really. He's been the massive thorn in our side this entire series. 2,400 is probably a bit too much to pay for it, but yeah, I'll let them have it. That's a lot of money.
So,
I can just get this.
pirates. I hate
let's
those
get some more
filthy
water.
bandits.
Shortage of silicon. Hopefully we get a little bit of money out of this. some of that now. So getting towards the evening, I'd like to pay off my debt. We're starting to see some positives in here. 28, 28. Oh. The water is sort of where it's at the moment. And do we have our glass kiln, of course?
Pirates.
So we're making the things we kind of need to upgrade, though at a pretty slow rate here. So we've got glass, steel, and aluminium. That's one way to go about it. The other way, of course, is to sort of focus on these other areas and get the money that way.
The black market is open for business.
20k, we're not far off that. There we go. Let's upgrade again here. And water still seems to be sort of our most efficient play right now. Though I would like to start seeing some electronics in the mix. And maybe some more glass. Oh, did we just get nuked? Where'd the nuke hit? Oh, resources diminished. Okay. Ooh, that's not great. Knocks down all the resources in a tile by 2 levels. Can make mining equipment completely useless. That's kind of upsetting. They've been sort of targeting our water. Making life a little bit difficult for us here. Still get decent amount of water.
HQ has been upgraded.
But that's kind of been making
A scavenger
life
HQ
tough.
has been upgraded.
Now what are we going to need? Chemicals, glass, and steel. We've got plenty of glass. Steel's coming along relatively nicely. 56.
We have a hard-to-come-by land claim available to the highest bidder.
I think maybe it's going to be worth getting some more oxygen and fuel. Don't necessarily need this, but I really want to keep it away from Rennie. We're kind of at the bottom of the ladder here.
Congratulations.
Let's get some more water happening. Maybe we should start targeting some of his stuff as well. The surplus of food isn't great, but we'll make do. Now let's see what we got here. Circular overload. Where's our boy Rennie? Produce no power, consume double
Let this be
power.
a lesson to you all. Screw with us, and we'll screw
Someone
with
already hit
you.
him with a power surge. So that's frozen some of his buildings. Let's not mess with him just yet. Oh, now we're getting targeted as well. Of course, not super ideal. We're sort of in the red here a little bit. Especially with our water being quite low. How much do we need? 30k. I think it's going to be more beneficial to wait for the aluminium and steel. And we might start purchasing some things here that are while they're cheap. This is cast glass. Let's do that. Usually I'm never sort of ahead of the game well enough to start spending early on those things. But it's probably worthwhile. Wow, a lot of my buildings just got disabled. That's not great. Fuel's starting to cost me a lot because of it, actually.
HQ has been upgraded.
These guys, yep, keep producing. We'll get a bit of money back on the board. Even if it's just so that I can pay off this
A
debt
robotics
if need be.
HQ has been upgraded.
How close are we? We need 55,000. Aluminium's quite cheap, steel's quite cheap. Glass is kind of the expensive one at the moment. Oh, you need to keep making. You're still working at a profit. A lot of these things are. I'd like to upgrade so that I can get an off-world market. Ooh, carbon scrubbing. This would actually be really handy for me because I haven't gone for any carbon. Carbon's not really expensive, but it can certainly eat into the profits a little bit, especially if I'm making a bunch of electronics.
So,
See, now it says free, so that makes our life a little bit easier. And we can look at other things to make that use carbon, like chemicals here. Probably be worthwhile. Fuel, carbon, and chemicals. We've got a decent amount of fuel. Though the margins are probably a bit small.
we don't take kindly to saboteurs and villains.
Oh, I sold that. Let's upgrade though. What can we make here? Aluminium's still pretty cheap. Where would we be getting it? We could bump it up a little bit faster. Steel's kind of expensive-ish. Pays down some of this debt. Didn't get too much debt there. Kind of just sold everything. Now we're not getting much water, but unfortunately, because we got hit by a lot of things. But I would like to make some more of this, and that's going to use up the last of our water, or possibly a little bit more, because we do have that water's powering our buildings at the moment. So the more buildings we make, the more water we're going to be using just by default. Hopefully this giving each other a bit of bonuses by being stacked next to each other is kind of going to offset that, you see. Perfect. Shortage of these things gives us a bit more cash. One of these, I could potentially do a hacking array. I would like to get an off-world market up and running. Part of that is going to be creating more of this, and certainly more glass. Hopefully that's the right choice.
New building is available for auction.
A pleasure dome would just be straight up cash. This guy can certainly afford it. I'd like to get one on the board just to have it. Looks like no one's really going to fight me for it. I'm not sure if it's going to make its money back. There we go. Sitting at 102. And it uses up water and fuel, so it's stuff I have plenty of. Glass shortage. Let's make the most of that. Let's see. Chemicals I don't have much of. What's going to be the cheapest though? Using up steel. Let's get a couple of these on the board. It's going up pretty quick, so I may not need an off-world market. I'm not sure how many launches I would get. I really shouldn't be selling my steel and glass if I want to make one, though. What's making me the most money at the moment? These things are doing quite well. You know what, I will 20k. Let's pay off that debt. Some of the habitats. Oh, shortage of glass just after I start selling. We do have a spare claim tile. We could potentially bribe another one like that. Oh, we've been hit by another underground nuke. Only trace amounts of water coming out of this guy now. It's really sort of messed up my jam. I could bulldoze that and build something else and sort of build water here. It's not going to be as effective, 2.25, but you know what? I think it's going to be slightly better than nothing. I'll keep that building water just until I can make something else, if I even get to that point. Got plenty of glass, so we can do that. Glass,
You can't
steel,
let them
and
get this.
aluminium.
Bid now before it's too late.
I think I'm not going to bother about that. I think it's getting sort of towards that end game where I need all the cash I can get, actually.
Sold.
I'm creating a bit of water each turn. Shortage of glass should make things a bit better. More underground nukes. They're really wiping out my water supply. You know what? I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna remove that one. Build one of these. My water is pretty low at the moment. Could buy some more claims. 86,000, that's a lot of money though. I could probably get some of these. Just driving up that price for everyone else, really. Though now, are these running out? Here's my question. Are they even profitable? 56. They seem to be my big money makers at the moment, but part of the problem is I'm actually eating into fuel as water becomes more expensive. Sort of hanging on a little bit here. I'm not sure how well we're doing. Let's see if we can maybe mess with Rennie a little bit. They use up double power or produce no power. Effect 50%. Wind very weak. It's using up not much power. That's just.
We're not surprised, just disappointed.
Oh,
in you.
intercepted by Goon Squad. He's well prepared. Well, let's get some more claims. This might be a bit too late in the game to try this. But I want to give it a shot. And we'll get some more water on the board here. Another glass kiln. Well, why not? Oxygen is still pretty expensive though.
The black market is online.
I hope if I'm producing power, sort of not going to eat into that as much. Aluminum's still pretty cheap. Steel's still pretty expensive. We do have glass. The music just gets more and more intense. Ooh, shortage of food. You know what? We will. Let's go do better here. 113. It's kind of like these electrolysis plants are kind of where it's at. Sort of making me the most profit. Whoa! Oh no! We came under Maisie's song there. We're 4 modules short. I was trying to play a little bit too long, not focusing on the modules as much. Wow, Rennie was still on top that entire game, interestingly enough, and we were kind of under him. Maisie's song just must have been focusing on the modules a little bit more than we were. So that's going to end mission number 5, and we're going to go into this, try and sort of turn things around for the last 2 missions. So we're not going to get the free water pump, but we are getting an extra 255k a week. So hopefully we're not too set back by that. But thanks for watching. I'm Dan. You've been watching the Non-Fiction Gaming Let's Play Offworld Trading Company as the Fancy Pants. So if you want to continue watching, hit subscribe, hit like. That way you get a notification when the next video comes up. And I'll see you then with Fancy Pants on. All right, cheers.